Discord experience to the next level? Introducing Easy Daybot, your ultimate bot for seamless interaction. Whether you're live on Twitch or chatting on Discord, Easy Daybot's dynamic responses open up a whole new world of possibilities. Engage with your community like never before through unique prompts, custom reactions, and endless fun. It's the bot that understands you. Make every day an Easy Day download now at easydaybot.com.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Maconi.
We now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Welcome to the Tier 1 Racing League, where precision, competition, and innovation come together to create the ultimate iRacing experience. Every race, every battle, and every moment in T1TS, T1L, T1X, and special events is brought to you by Tier 1 Studios, the premier destination for professional high-quality broadcasts. Tune in and experience racing like never before. Explore everything we have to offer at Tier1RacingLeague.com. From race schedules and standings to event galleries and league signups, it's all there at your fingertips. Join the competition, watch the action, be part of the legacy. Tier 1 Racing League, where champions are made.
Hello everyone and welcome to tonight's coverage of the Tier 1 Truck Series opener from the World Center Racing Daytona International Speedway. This evening we're bringing you all of the on-track action from the season opener and the very first race of the Tier 1 Truck Series. We have seen drivers from the Tier 1 Legend Series and Tier 1 Xfinity Series and a little bit in between other series as well come and participate into tonight's 75-lap main event. My name is Brent Lasser. Joining me in the booth tonight is Michael Bollinger with Brett Bullard, working the controls as our producer. So Daytona, Michael, is a track that does not need any kind of introduction at all. Everyone knows it, and everyone knows how dangerous it can be. So with that being said, as we get ready to roll into qualifying in a couple minutes, what do you think we can expect to see here tonight?
Well, Brayton, it's pretty much like this. It's not the matter of if it's going to happen, it's the matter of when and where it's going to happen here. And with Daytona, you also want to make sure you have the friends at the right time, too, because it also is when you decide to make that final move and who's there to help you make that move coming to the checkered flag. And Brayton, I know yourself being a driver here, what's kind of stuff that goes through your mind when you think plate tracks?
I believe you said it perfectly right there. It's not a matter of if, but when. And I've wrecked at Talladega and Arkham Menard Series, and I've been in my fair share of incidents here on track at Daytona as well the last couple of years. And you just got to be there at the end when it matters most. And this race coming at 75 laps, just under 200 miles. It's going to be a race of attrition. 2 stage breaks for tonight. One at lap 19, and the other one at or around lap 38. So you know you're not going to have a whole lot of long green flag runs in the first half of this race. You have a little break here and there if you need it. So these drivers are expecting to go the distance, 3 sets of tires in the pits, and 1 faster pair as well. So that 1 faster pair might come in clutch for some of these drivers. And you know, this track, 2.5 miles long, opened up in 1959, has a road course that is around I believe around 3 miles, maybe a little bit more than that, 3.6, something like that. See it here on the screen. Beautiful weather to be racing. Only 81 degrees Fahrenheit. Track temperature a little bit hotter than that, 114 degrees Fahrenheit. 31 degrees of banking in the corners, 18 degrees in the travel. And you can get 3, maybe even 4 wide here. 4 wide, not comfortable at all. But these Tier 1 Truck Series drivers know how to definitely make us sit on the edge of our seat.
Indeed they do.
Go ahead, Michael.
I'm saying indeed they do there, as we don't know what to expect here, as we could see the big one happen on the first lap. We could see it happen coming to the checkered flag. It's unknowing when stuff's going to happen here, but things are going to be interesting here, because if you think going 3 wide's crazy. You might even see 4 wide, and that's even more crazy because then just the slightest bump in 4 wide, we could be seeing the domino effect happen early.
Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen. What we do know is the 2025 season schedule coming up on your screen now. Looking at the Tier 1 Truck Series Season 1 event here kicking off at Daytona. I mentioned the first season for these Truck Series drivers. You know, Tier 1 Racing League hosts all kinds of events in the league between the Tier 1 Xfinity Series and Tier 1 Legend Series. You will see the Legend Series take place tomorrow night. Once again, also on the Tier 1 Studio Broadcast Network. But race number 2 there next week, we're going to Richmond and Viva La Las Vegas. Third week, a great schedule. Some short track action with the Briscoe and Martinsville. Go to Talladega, go to IRP, my favorite home track per se. Then the round of 8, Kansas, Phoenix, North Wilkesboro. And we kick it off April 21st with our first season champion being crowned at Homestead. And Michael, one interesting fact about this schedule, which I believe I'm correct in saying this, but to win in your end, you got to run at least 7 of the 9 playoff, or I'm sorry, 7 of the 9 regular season races. But a win here tonight can lock a driver in and not have to worry about making the playoffs until you get to Kansas there on March 31st.
I can say this too. Look, IRP might be the biggest wild card in Talladega, being so close to the regular season. Talladega could affect your season if you're right on the cut line, but bad if you involved in the messes at Talladega. And IRP is another wild card because it's a short track where self spins and carnage could be a factor as well there.
100% looking at Wes Fuller go around the apron. Wes Fuller has a win in the Tier 1 Xfinity Series at Daytona. Last season, won the opener there. So that season's still the current season actually, so all the way back in October. Greg Wood getting up to speed as well, driver from Hagerstown. Got a wrap surgeon machine there. Austin Wheeler from Richmond, Virginia. Takes a long time to get up to speed here. Look at the 46 of Jared Hayes. We've seen him time and time again. Running that high line. You want to run the high lane, your warm-up lap, and your open lap. Not getting the wall like I think Hayes just did a little bit there. But you want to run that high lane, pick up speed, carry the momentum. Austin Sharon here. 18 machine. One of the few drivers from Texas here, Canyon, Texas. Caleb Collins in 72. Getting up to speed for his first lap here tonight. We've got 31 drivers in attendance, so pretty stacked field. You want to start up front.
I can say this too, Greg. Another thing that could be really another thing that you could want, which I personally like doing myself at these tracks, is patience. Because being aggressive too early could get yourself tangled up or get yourself caught, get yourself spun and causing a wreck early.
Yeah, you don't want to have to do that fast too early. Zach Woods in the hashtag for his glory number 6 machine. That Toyota Tundra going around the bottom of the track here. Wes Fuller going back to him. Looking up back in the Worthington from Rome, PA. That blank number 13. When I say blank, it is blank. Alford there. And the Roll Tide machine. I'm sure he's wishing that Alabama's playing for a natty tonight. They are not. Notre Dame. Eddie Baker from Franklin here. So just a couple minutes left in qualifying. Currently on top of the board is your Tier 1 Legends Race Control Director. And also the rap surgeon himself, Greg Wood, in the 67, currently holds top time with a 51.022 as Scott Formosa going below the apron to end up, or to finish his run with a 14th place run at 51.112. So under a minute and a half here, mostly everyone has set a time. A couple drivers have not, and I don't think they're going to. One driver getting in late. He's been running niche car all night. It's going to be John T. Garrett. See if he's able to get on track for qualifying. One of the few drivers in this league. He does get on track for qualifying. Let me tell you, that is not the John Garrett that I know. That is a much younger John Garrett. John Garrett is one of the few drivers in this league, if not the only driver with real-world experience here at Daytona. Ran full-time in the ARCA Menard Series a couple years ago. Got spun on the last lap going through trouble at Daytona.
So, Brett, if we can, Brett, can we take a look at the number 3 of Scott Mulliken, as he's bringing back the most iconic number here at Daytona in his W Energy Ford F-150 here tonight.
Beautiful looking truck, blue and pink. He was able to get a fast time first lap, 51.061, good enough for 9th quick. As Ryan Honeycutt goes top of the board, finishes his lap there, pulls off turn 2 with a 51.020. I think Caleb Collins should be done with his run. I think he's just taking some practice laps at this point. Brandon Johnson running a Jeff Gordon throwback. It's always fun to see a Gordon throwback here at Daytona. As qualifying is now wrapping up. Drivers will have a 5-minute warm-up session. Get their final thoughts in, final setup adjustments. These setups tonight are fixed setups, so everyone's running the same setup provided by Maconi Setup Shop. And speaking of Maconi Setup Shop, we have a couple race sponsors and series sponsors we want to take a moment and give a shout out to. Starting with Maconi Setup Shop, www.maconisetupshop.com, the home for setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, event promotion, and more on the iRacing service. Subscriptions available for as low as $8 per month in the official setup shop of eNASCAR, and also the proud sponsor of last night's Daytona 500. EasyDay Bot. Stream smarter, chat better, and grow the community with the EasyDay Bot. This innovative Twitch and Discord bot takes interaction to the next level, keeping your audience engaged and connected. Don't just stream, build a community with the EasyDay Bot. You can actually go to the Tier 1 Studio Twitch stream and see that in use tonight. Admin Box, this one's going to get a lot of usage here tonight. Hopefully not, but it's Daytona, anything can happen. But Admin Box is built by iRacers for iRacers for use in league and hosted races. The goal, make race control as easy as possible. Each Admin Box connects via USB and features pre-programmed commands, no key binding, for race control. The Admin Box community is made up of over 150 leagues and many more members that all have a common mission to run nice, clean races and help each other out. So David Mayo, it's not ketchup, it's mayo. We see him run the Tier 1 Legends series quite a bit using his Admin Box tonight. Hopefully not too busy, but we'll see how quick those fingers will be. Wrap Surgeon, need a fresh look for your ride or your brand? Wrap Surgeon has you covered, from stunning car paints to eye-catching logos. Will make your vision come to life. Wrap Surgeon, where creativity meets precision. And Greg Wood, the Wrap Surgeon driver himself, so far looking pretty speedy tonight. Tier 1 Studio, looking to broadcast your races, your events in style. Tier 1 Studio has you covered with professional quality production and a passion for excellence. Will bring your events to life. Tier 1 Studio, where champions are showcased, in the official broadcast network of the Tier 1 Truck Series, Tier 1 Legend Series, and the Tier 1 Xfinity Series. All those series, of course, fall under the Tier 1 Racing League banner. Fuel your passion for racing with Tier 1 Racing League. From intense battles on track to exciting championship payouts, this is the ultimate decision for iRacing enthusiasts. Tier 1 Racing League, where the action never stops. And also, go check out their merch store over at streamlabs.com/Tier 1, that's number 1, studio/merch for awesome gear to show the support. Don't see what you want? They'll create a custom item just for you. You can also go to the Tier 1 Racing League website. That's Tier 1, the number 1, racingleague.com. All the information is available over there, including more information about special events, the series, how to sign up, dates, and more. That's a wrap for the sponsors tonight. We have a couple minutes left in the warm-up as we get ready for these drivers to take the track tonight for tonight's 75 lapper. I'm going to go through qualifying results really quick. I'll take the first 10. Michael will take the next 10, and I'll finish us off. But Ryan Honeycutt with quick time of a 51.020. Greg Wood, the Wrap Surgeon himself, there behind him with a time just 0.02 of a second slower. John Garrett, so close that so far that Fort Worth Screen Esports machine going to be starting third tonight. Jared Hayes in a fourth. Jared Magoon in 5th, and then to his outside, Caleb Collins. So your top 6 drivers all within 7 thousandths of a second. Actually, 3 drivers there tying. Behind them is going to be Scott Milken in 7th, Wes Wiegand in 8th, Eddie Baker in 9th, Jeff Nairn rounding out your top 10, Michael.
Also, we also have in the 22 will be in making up P11 will be Jordan Barub, and P12 will be made up of the 90s of Christian Light. Rounded 13th to 14th will be the 6 of Austin Wheeler and the number 69 of Christopher Cash. Making up spot 15 will be the 48 of Cameron Craighead, and the 16th spot will be the number 82 of Alan Marsh. Rounding out spot number 17 is going to be the number 6 of Zachary Woods, and the 18th is going to be the 28 of Matthew Erickson. Rounding out the rest of the top 20 is going to be the 00 of Kevin Coleman and the number 10 of Dakota Shepard.
21st, they're going to be the one owned the Scott Formosa. Saw his lap a couple minutes ago. Jared Allen to his outside in the 26th machine, rolling off the time of 51.126. So it's a 10th off of your leader. That shows you how close these guys all are. Derek Turner there in the 23rd starting position to his outside. Cody Mitchell in the 44 machine. Wes Fuller. Saw him get early start in qualifying. Doesn't help him out. He's going to be starting deep at the 25th starting position. There's outside number 13, Daniel Worthington. See if he's going to be able to worth his way to the front. Behind them, Brandon Johnson at 24. Joshua Halford at 28. Last driver, take a time, Austin Sharon with a time of 51.314. One of the slower times we've seen in qualifying. And 2 drivers not taking time. It can be David Mayo, your race controller, so he would not be on track. And then Joseph Madigan, which I don't believe Madigan is actually in the session. I might be wrong. We'll have to see if he takes to the starting grid as drivers start making their way to it. 75 laps is tonight's distance. Coming at just under 200 miles. Remember, 2 stage breaks if they need it. Pace car rolling off.
And Brighton, it's looking like there's going to be 188 laps tonight as well. Make up the 75 laps here as well.
188 miles of distance. So, interesting decision here from your pole sitter, Ryan Honeycutt. I was trying to figure out what was happening there, but Ryan Honeycutt starting from the pits tonight in the 51. So qualified quick time, doesn't matter. He'll be starting arguably almost a lap down. That's going to move John T. Garrett on the front row. Not just the front row, but from the pole. Greg Wood will be the control car from the outside. Working on board's back bumper here. But John T. Garrett. The T stands for something. I don't know what, but probably for too fast for everyone else. That was
you know
good.
what, Brayton? That's more than likely a bold strategy call right there, because with it being Daytona, like we said, you don't know what's going to happen. Because as being at Daytona myself, I think you would like to say the same thing. You prefer to see the wreck in your rear view than in your windshield.
100%. So stages tonight, once again, 19, 38, and 75. David Mayo working the control as our race controller. Guys having box in hand, getting ready to throw the green flag here. Fielder rolling through, and for the first time ever in the Tier 1 Racing League, the Tier 1 Truck Series looking to get underway. It's going to be John Garrett in the 6-6 and Greg Wood in the 6-7 on the front row. The pace truck pulls away. John Garrett looking to lead the field. The green flag is out for the first time in the Tier 1 Truck Series, and we're racing in tits.
It looks like a 6-7 of Greg Wood Jr. got a good jump on the restart there.
John Garrett stalls out a little bit, doesn't get a whole lot of help behind him. Jared Magoon not really able to get to the back bumper as the yellow flag is out already. First caution of the season. I believe they're saying this was a jump start.
If you can you try to figure out what if what the caution is for, because I don't see any car in it at all.
I believe the same is for jump start, so someone or something didn't like the way Greg Wood jumped there. He was in the control car. The green flag was out on our end to the wrap surgeon. I might get a penalty here. Say. So the initial start on the green flag, the rest of the starts are on the leader in the restart zone. We saw that come into play last week at the season opener Irwindale for the Tier 1 Legends Series. And just like that, it is taking, I guess, a race control taketh and race control giveth. And tonight, David Mayo is going to be taketh some of these drivers great starting spots and moving them around. Am I correct in seeing Ryan Honeycutt has retaken his pole position? So part of this is going to help out Honeycutt. So not sure what.
Because 17,000 people missed the start. Something happened with the session. All right.
So clarification, there was an issue in the session. It was not letting certain drivers grid up. Because of that, they threw the caution. It was not a jump start, so that's why Greg Wood is not getting a penalty. Say the green flag was out on my end. Not sure if it was out on everyone else's, but they threw the caution, kind of gave some drivers an EOL, shuffled the field around, and got everyone back to where they should be starting. So this is going to be a rough start to the Tier 1 Truck Series, Michael.
Indeed there. Well, we got this week started last night with the Daytona 500 with a surprise winner, but when I had my eye on in the name of Logan York, as I've called some races that he's been in. I can say he was pretty aggressive. He knows when to make a move. Let's see if any of these drivers can try to watch what he did yesterday and try to see if they can eke out a win here tonight.
So the field will be going green this time by. We're going to have a handful of laps completed. So we're going to be going back green, about 71 laps left. It's only going to be 50 laps until the stage. Reminder, same time tomorrow night and Wednesday night. Tier 1 Studio will be broadcasting the Tier 1 Legends League. I'll be on the call for that. So we will be going to, I believe, Nashville Fairgrounds for that. The Tier 1 Xfinity Series will also be live Wednesday night.
You can also say this. It's going to be a little bright in turns 3 and 4 right now as the lights are on here at Daytona.
The lights are on and drivers getting ready to go, racing under the lights, getting pretty late in the session. Final one here. Scott Milton said it best, Cornfellows. Let's just go have some fun. The field are lined up, slow rolling through 3 and 4. Most of the field is on the bottom due to the way the restart is going to line up here. Pitch car getting ready to pull off. Ryan Honeycutt, Greg Wood on the front row. Honeycutt on the bottom of 51. Wood in the 6-7. John T. Garrett in 6-6 behind Honeycutt. Jared Hayes fourth in the grid here. Green flag is out for the second time running. Honeycutt able to lead the field through the travel. Here comes Greg Wood on the outside. He's got help from Jared Hayes. John Garrett trying to push Honeycutt. Not able to get the momentum going. Not able to get the momentum flowing. Finally gets there, and they might be able to stick it to the bottom.
Normally, as the track starts to change, normally you would think the bottom would have to be the most grip during today, but I think as the track eases in tonight, you're going to start seeing them run the middle and the upper lanes more.
Yep, so John Garrett getting some help, getting a push from the 76 of Jared Magoon. They got the 19 as well as Jeff Nairn in line. The outside, the 67 of Greg Wood. Behind him, the 46 of Jared Hayes, trying to get momentum going.
I can say this, Brayton. As you see a lot of these drivers moving, weaving in and out like that, they're doing that so you can get air to the radiators. Because if you block air off to your radiator for so long, because the way how the drafting works, unlike a speedway, how you can get air into that radiator, here at Daytona and Talladega, if you keep that radiator blocked for so long, you can blow your engine and you could end your day early.
Yeah, don't want to be throwing much of this overheating. I don't think it's too much of a concern yet, but it's one we have to watch throughout this race. Looking at the Magoon machine in the 76, he's got help, the 19 of Nairn behind him, trying to pull the outside back, not letting him get John Garrett or Honeycutt. The 72 is pushing that outside lane as well. That's Caleb Collins with the 69 of Christopher Cash, trying to cash in that 14th place starting spot, moving up 6 positions already. The 4th car in the outside lane. Outside, getting some momentum to the trouble. Not quite able to get to the lead of this inside yet.
Chance, Brayton, when do you think someone's gonna make the move and try to take this thing 3 wide?
It's still pretty early in this race, only 6 laps down and 13 laps until that first stage. Fuel should not be an issue at this point in the race for these guys. And look at that outstanding gap the inside's able to build the last lap and a half or so. Here comes the outside getting some help. Greg Wood getting some pushes from the 46 machine of Jared Hayes, and they're going to get to the corner here and fall back. Not really formed up the same way that John Garrett and Honeycutt are. John Garrett pushes Honeycutt. They're on the bottom.
If we can maybe try to go on board with talk about how these guys in the back to the middle of the pack are able to run 3/4 of half throttle and still be able to run the same speeds as the leader and stuff while the leader's on full throttle.
Yeah, on board with Milliken here, number 3 machine.
Pretty much what the guys in like 3rd, 4th, 5th car back in line, they're pretty much able to just ease up on that throttle, run about 3/4 of half throttle, and still be able to run with full speed with the effects of the draft, and that also helps you save fuel here. But as the line leader, you're still running full throttle and you're burning off more fuel here, so you're going to be using more fuel than these guys in the middle and the back of the pack here.
Say that no need to really fuel save at this point in the race. You know, we have that stage caution at lap 19 and lap 38. Outside, inside, level, and level as outside falls back once they get in the corner. See a bit of trouble going on back in the back of the pack. I believe that was Fuller. So Wes Regan and hey man, you can take the off spot. I don't want to wreck you for it. Talking to the 94 of Joshua Halford. That's a battle back there for about 27th, 28th.
Thing here, Brayton, is that tires aren't going to really be much of a factor, so if you have to put on the green, just take a splash and go, really.
There's some drivers, you know, not want to get any damage, and they're getting pretty close. So John Garrett dealing with the left and right wiggle wobble machine of Greg Wood to his outside.
Now, Brayton, when we do pit here, are you gonna go with the first car you see, the first group you see, or are you gonna try to pit the other Chevys out there if you're with the manufacturer partners?
I mean, I don't think most of these guys really have a manufacturer alliance in the Tier 1 truck series. Most of these guys have their friend group and whatnot, and they're going to try and pit with their friend group, but they have to pit under green. And we have that stage caution coming up in a couple of lap time. So green flag pit stops not expected at this point. 46 goes way wide up the track. Jared Hayes gets real tight there. That's going to pull back the outside lane. Not flowing great on corner exit. I see some of the drivers going below the line there, trying to get some air across the radio, trying to get as much of a run as they can.
The sun's starting to set too, Brayton. That's gonna mess with the track temperature a little bit too and make the track start to cool off a little bit more, and that should start making this track a little bit more sticky.
Definitely going to be a talking point. You want to have a pretty stable truck. Once the track gets a little bit cooler, able to push a little bit harder.
Anxious to see on how things are gonna get as we get closer to the final few laps or so. As you can see, they're all starting to get a little bit.
John Garrett doing a great job at pushing that 51 machine of Ryan Honeycutt. Honeycutt has led every lap. Ryan's the first couple of stuck in the pits, looking back to the field. Some drivers going 2 or 3 wide already. That's a battle for about 18th. Looking at the 32 machine. So got a bob, got a weave. That's Zachary Woods, I believe. Derek turning the 32 in front of him. Then the 36. I'm sorry. Look at the 6 of Woods. Trying to get his high lane rolling, has a 26 go up in front of him. That Zen truck trying to maybe pop a Zen and work his way up through this field. But looking back up front.
Now, if you do want to start making your moves, if I do want to start making a move late, I'll tend to ride the bottom lane, but when I'm ready to make my moves, I'll switch lanes as I see the gap come up.
You gotta time it just right if you're expecting help. Stage break coming up in a couple of laps, lap 19. So some drivers trying to get some early stage points again, early advantage.
If I'm not mistaken, Brett, correct me if I'm wrong, or Brayton, that if you win the stage here, you get a playoff point to count and your playoff standing come playoff time.
Yeah, that is correct. 1 playoff point. 2, the driver that wins the stage. So that might be a huge talking point come playoff time. Points format for the league. I believe it is 100 points for the winner, just like the other Tier 1 legends. I'm sorry, just like the other Tier 1 racing leagues. It's 45 points. And then goes down in the real life truck series. Yes, no, maybe. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Being towards based off of the real life truck series points, so that makes it pretty straightforward, pretty easy to understand the point situation. Roughly breaks down about 1 spot per point. In there for leading the most laps and leading a lap, and then obviously that playoff point.
Oh, it looks like we have it looks like we're 3 wide momentarily here, Brayton, as we have one of the trucks getting shuffled out here. Looks like we're 3 wide, couple lanes, couple cars, trucks deep now, Brayton, coming to the conclusion of the stage.
Still got a couple laps, but see the 46 and 67, that's Greg Wood and Hayes there. Jared Hayes, they were working together playing some games, and it doesn't work out. They get stuck 3 wide. Jared Hayes goes from being the first man out to somehow leads this outside lane.
It looks like we have the 82. It looks like he shuffled up into the wall a little bit, and that's going to help out the 76 to get back from the line as we're back down to double foul. Now we just have 1 car hung out left still. 1 truck, I should say, not car.
Got 1 driver trying to work his way up through the middle. I believe that is the 96 machine of Christian Light, trying to shed some light, trying to make some moves happen, and it's all Ryan Honeycutt and John Garrett in that bottom lane. Here comes the 46, Jared Hayes. He's got some help. He's got to push in the 22 of Jordan Berube, and a new leader that lap, not quite but close, 9 thousandths of a second. Ryan Honeycutt over Hayes, outside, going to get clear as the yellow flag is out. Dakota Shepard in the 10 brings out the caution here. See what happened here. Going in the corner. This looks like a 3 wide. Not really sure if he knew there was a truck down there or just racing for tight quarters. And here comes the 94, I believe, that's going to pile on into it. Looks like the truck in the middle tries to squeeze up there. Can't tell who that is from here. That's an 84 of Eddie Baker. And he doesn't bake it, he burns it. Hard hit. Here comes the 94 as well of Joshua Halford. Hard hit there to those two trucks. Look pretty identical, ironically. And here comes the 24. Brandon Johnson maybe splits him down the middle. He does. What a great record point from Johnson.
Looks like we got.
Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna be stage.
Stage under yellow.
That's going to be stage 1. That's a wrap. So, at the line, I believe it's actually Jared Hayes over Ryan Honeycutt at the time of the caution. So Honeycutt dominates the stage, but Hayes gets the stage point. Here comes the field leading, or here comes Jared Hayes leading the field under caution here. 4 tires and fuel for everyone, I'm presuming. At least fuel. Maybe 2 tires, pick up some track position. There's another stage. So there's a wreck coming on the pit lane. Not sure who that is. And one driver, I believe, is going to play the strategy game.
That's pretty much all you really can do. Because not only do you need this thing called Lady Luck to be there when it matters, you also well here.
So Cameron Craighead apologizing to the 28 machine. See if anything happened possibly between them. Oh, yeah, something definitely happened between Craighead and the 28. 28. It's going to be Matt Erickson. Erickson going to his stall, slows up before it gets in the line. It actually hits the opening retaining wall there. One driver off the pit again. It's going to be Christian Light 96 as the pit crew was not able to get fuel into his racing truck.
That could be really bold, as that's happened to me one time where I wasn't able to pit. I stayed out, took track position, wasn't able to pit, and I ended up having to go in 2 laps later and went from the lead to being 2 laps down. Banking on a caution to put myself from going a 2nd lap down. And who do you got your eye on at this point in the race so far?
I mean, it's still pretty early. I'm going to go with my brother from another mother. That's going to be the 66 machine of John T. Garrett. The T stands for fast, but it's just the T's at the end of it. That's a young John Garrett. I promise you, doesn't look like that anymore. A little less hair nowadays. A little less color too. I think it's more white than anything. I can't wait to get a text after this race. I'm gonna tell you, Michael.
What after this race?
I'm gonna get a text from good old John Garrett here afterwards. I'm a big John Garrett fan. You're gonna tell. I think I beat him once in practice.
I bet you are. I bet you're ready for your season to start up just as well as I'm ready for the actual season to start back up.
Yeah, going to Daytona in about 4 weeks' time now with the ARCA Menard Series and Wayne Peterson Motorsports. It's going to be driving that Chevrolet SS Solaris down there. Hopefully we get a pretty good run. Caution does get extended, so got a pretty cool opportunity down there thanks to Wayne and cool sponsors on board like ClearTech Pools. Great company out of Florida down there, do a lot of pool work. Canvas, they do a lot of helping me as far as the simulation side goes and wheels and pedals and whatnot. So pretty cool opportunity from a lot of those companies down there. Daytona and have some fun.
It'll be fun because you won't be on a green racetrack like how the Cup guys were last year for the 500. Because you got to race, because the ARCA guys last year got to race just after the Truck Series last year.
Yeah, last year it was a tough one. We had to stay up to about 2-3 o'clock in the morning because weather was coming in. They did not want us to stay an extra day or two. We had to, so I said, you know what, we're racing Friday night instead of Saturday afternoon.
And I got to go to the truck race for free because I had Xfinity ARCA tickets for it. So thank you for your series moving to the Friday night, so I got to go watch all 3 races.
It'll be a fun time this year, but back to right now, it'll be fun time again.
Yes, it has been confirmed. Jared Haynes wins stage 1. Hey, Brett, if you don't mind, I would kind of like to talk it over with Jared Haynes, our stage 1 winner, kind of get his thoughts here before we go back green.
I don't think we can actually get awarded as his audio is turned off from Discord. Not able to get awarded with Jared Hayes. And we're about to go back green. So we get in our caution, we'll see if we can get awarded with that. I know John Garrett's available, and I'm sure he's eager to talk to us. So we'll talk to him next caution.
Sounds good to me, Brayton.
Let's feel to get ready to roll down back straight over here under caution. Bit of a longer caution than the first one. Eddie Baker, some hardware issues, I believe, for him. There's Jared Cowan in the 26 machine. Trying to find where he's starting at.
Well, it looks like lights off on the pace car yet again, Brayton, as you know, I can hear going right now. I can hear 100,000 seats all clanking closed at the same time as fans are standing up, ready to send these engines roaring back to life as this quiet little rumble is about to turn back into a loud roar, and let's get ready to go back to the gears.
Gonna be Hayes, Jared Hayes in the 46, and the inside Ryan Honeycutt in the 51. John Garrett behind Hayes, and we're pushing Hayes for the first time tonight. 22 Berube pushing Honeycutt for the first time tonight. Then you got 2 number 76s as well back there in row 3, Jared Magoon and Joseph Madigan. So the 76s are going to play a crucial role, see if they can push the second truck in line and see if one of them can push the lead truck in their line. Pace truck pulls down pit lane for the 3rd time tonight. Hayes on the bottom, Honeycutt up top. Hayes gets a great jump in the Geico restart zone, gets a little bit of help from Garrett, pulls away from Garrett. Honeycutt trying to make some magic happen with no one behind him. Look at the gap there between the inside line, 2nd and 3rd truck.
Indeed there. Being a part of this 3-wide, 4-wide action, how does a side draft play a factor in these types of races by itself in a lane?
It's definitely going to pull you back. You got to have help here. You got to have friends. John Garrett seems to be the friendliest person, helping everyone and anyone in front of him, knowing that he wants to stay up front. Currently pushing the 46 of Jared Hayes, trying to get himself clear of Honeycutt, maybe lead the outside. Garrett's been the pusher all night long, and he knows how to lead. He knows how to win these races. He's always a contender in the Tier 1 Racing League. No matter what series he's running in, always a contender in anything he runs in. So he was last season's Tier 1 SRX season champion, which is now the Xfinity League. So able to get it done there in the SRX cars. I'm gonna give that one to him. No one runs the SRX cars. That's why he's really good at it. So John Garrett, though, always
I got to say this too, Brayton. This race can have surprise winners. Take this year with the Coca-Cola 400, with being able to hold off one of the best in the business. That just proves that anyone can still win. Anyone can win this thing.
Definitely, anyone can happen, or anything can happen. Anyone can win here at Daytona. John Garrett trying to etch his name in the Tier 1 Truck Series history books, go down as the first winner. Currently pushing the 46, though, of Hayes in front of him. Honeycutt, the outside, has led most of the laps tonight. Look at that shuffle going on behind these guys. 3-4 wide almost, going down the back straight off of turn 2.
Like I say, this it looks like the inside lane compared to it looks like they get better corner speed, but the outside lane gets better corner exit speed. With them being higher up on the track, they can shoot down and get better corner exit speed.
Yeah, definitely gotta carry that speed off the corner. You don't want to lose a whole lot of speed. The side draft, the bump draft to help from behind, and kind of be able to pick and choose the lanes. Two drivers are unable to pick and choose the number. 276s, at least on my screen. It might be different from what you're seeing on your screen. I see 276s there in that third row. One inside, one in the outside. So being told we can blame Brett for that one. So we will.
Yeah, we are seeing 276s, but the 76 in fifth place is the 76 on your screen, which is the 76 of Jared Magoon. And the other 76 is the 30. Should be the 31 of Joseph Magladin running 8th right now.
So everyone start hashtag blame Brett, hashtag blame John Garrett, going 3 wide here looking for the lead. He's got no help behind him, so he'll fall back here unless one of the 76s goes to help him. It was looking like he was going to be able to lead this field here, hoping that the 51 of Honeycutt, the 22 come down. Here comes the 22 in front to help John Garrett, and it's going to be a hard charging battle for the lead. Here comes the 22 Ruby. 3 wide, he's got help from Garrett. Honeycutt has help from the 76 of Madigan, and it's a 46 of Jared Hayes on the bottom with help from the row 76 of Jared Magoon. So a lot of J names, 5 in the top 6 here, all wanting to lead a lap.
Well, being 3 wide, if you have an issue on the very bottom line and you shoot up to the third line, they'll all go. It's gonna be the domino effect here. If one goes, they all go pretty much.
John Garrett, one of the best to do it. Trying to show his skills here tonight. Goes back to the bottom after pushing the 22 of Jordan Berube. New leader this time. It's going to be Jordan. So give it to Jordan there with help from John Garrett. At 69 follows him through as well. That's Christopher Cash trying to cash in some heavy, or one of their biggest heavy movers tonight. Up a handful of spots. 51 does get in the wall. It's going to pull that third lane back, and way back it is going. Trouble for Honeycutt.
Say this, Brayden, if you never heard it like this is what I used to describe it to new people on plate racing. It's pretty much like it's like how you like to stack a line of dominoes. And you just barely tap the floor, and they all went over. That's pretty much how the big one happens here. If one goes around, multiple cars are going around too.
Well, it's definitely getting to the 48 of Cameron Craighead enters a picture as well with help from the 6 of Zach Woods. So they have now started leading the outside. They got help from the 28 machine as well. The 28, that's Matt Erickson. Seen him up here a handful of times tonight. 4th car in that outside. That's 96 Christian Light, shining some light in situation. 76, fake 76. There, that's Joseph Madigan as well. So they're getting the side draft on the inside, trying to pull the inside back. 22, Berube not really able to get a dominating lead, but still able to hang on to it for now.
And be there. And this is another one of those races, Brighton, that can be another wild card race, as well as another one of the wild cards. But IRP, that's gonna pretty much set the field as that's going to be another short track here like we go to next week.
We got some exciting races on the schedule, exciting races here tonight. Still 3 wide, try and get it sorted out in the top 15 here. Next week we're going to Richmond, so January 27th, 8:45 p.m. start time. Catch it here on Tier 1 Studio. You can see these guys, hopefully not 3 wide at Richmond. 51 Honeycutt able to get back in the middle lane. Able to stop the bleeding for now, trying to work his way back up front. Let me tell you, it has been all John Garrett in second. Not able to lead a lap, but it seems John Garrett, the 66, has been pushing the leader basically the entire race. He started 3rd, second front inside. Now here comes a 48. What a huge run for the outside. They've got help. That's a 48 of Craighead. He's got help from Madigan in the 76, and 96 is there. That's Christian Light. And 48 comes down, blocks the inside, and look at Ryan Honeycutt working their way back up to 51.
as it looks like we have the six just make contact with the outside wall there. Kind of checked up that third line a little bit now. That was a 6 exact wood from the wall.
Big stack up here. Matt Erickson, 28, following back. Just barely outside the top 20. He was inside the top 5 about 3 or 4 laps ago. So it shows how quickly things can change. Some drivers trying to play it calm, cool, and collected. Brandon Johnson, Hawford, Williams, there in the back. Half of this field is kind of playing it slow on a Sunday cruise, trying to make it past the second stage. And you got drivers up front like Eddie Baker, like Ryan Honeycutt, like Austin Wheelers, like Caleb Collins, Jared Magoon and company, Wes Fuller as well, all trying to work their way to the front here. Lead a lap, maybe win stage 2. Stage 2 at lap 38.
I'd say, Brayton, instead of it being a Sunday cruise, it's actually a Monday night cruise we're doing right now at Daytona.
Some of these drivers cruise at 189, 190 miles an hour. So pretty fun cruise if you ask me. I wouldn't mind cruising 190 miles an hour. Three wide back here, Jared Hayes leading the middle-ish charge. Kind of goes up the top, and 3 wide doesn't work out for him. Able to get it back going. Greg Wood, their second place starter, about slips up and collects Hayes. Able to get back in line as they're 3, almost 4 wide going to number 3 behind them. They are going 3 wide though inside the top 10. Looking at 76, it's row 76 of Jared Magoon, 6'7" of Greg Wood. It's going to be 3 wide with Madigan in the 76. There's in a 76 sandwich. And Madigan trying to lead this outside. He's got help from the 6 machine of Zach Woods. And they have got the momentum train going. They need a little bit of help though. As a 69, Christopher Cash cashing in a great push there from the 4. I'm assuming his teammates just cashing on the side of Austin Wheeler. Able to lead that lap, I believe, last time by. It was close. Craig had in the 48 second lead over Cash by 200ths of a second.
Indeed there. But 3 wide can be trouble. Comes out. Oh, the 46 almost contact with the 76. Almost slips up. It almost collects the 30 as well, as it looks like. We can go back and take a look at that again, Brett. We can kind of see what I was talking about here just now, as 3 wide can be trouble.
Not able to get a replay quite yet, but it did not work out though for a couple of drivers. 48. I'm sorry, not 48. 46. A handful of damage there for him. Able to kind of get it back going again. To see the gap and the time he loses, as some drivers lose a ton of time. Ryan Honeycutt, I believe, maybe some damage for him. He got on the radio and said, "Oh, Lane, really?" To see where your pole sitter ends up here. One handful of laps left to go in the stage. It's been Cameron Craig had the last couple of laps, 6-9 of Christopher Cash trying to start 14th and lead this field by stage 2. And Craig had actually started 15th, so these two started pretty close to one another and been following each other through. Jordan Berube as they're wrecking big in the back, the 80 machine around. That's Scott Formosa. And we might be ending stage number 2 under caution here.
Can't interrupt you there, Brayton.
See what happened here. Zachary Woods in the 6 gap gets inside left 80.
The looks of things, it appears to have been the 6 with a little bit of a front end dimple. And the 80, yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of net code there. With the 80 and the 6. And the 80 almost goes airborne too.
I was pretty close there, a little bit of net code involved. And we'll see and the stakes. We're going to take a quick commercial break.
Your Twitch and Discord experience to the next level? Introducing Easy Daybot, your ultimate bot for seamless interaction. Whether you're live on Twitch or chatting on Discord, Easy Daybot's dynamic responses open up a whole new world of possibilities. Engage with your community like never before through unique prompts, custom reactions, and endless fun. It's the bot that understands you. Make every day an Easy Day download now at easydaybot.com.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Maconi.
We now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Welcome to the Tier 1 Racing League, where precision, competition, and innovation come together to create the ultimate iRacing experience. Every race, every battle, and every moment in T1TS, T1L, T1X, and special events is brought to you by Tier 1 Studios, the premier destination for professional high-quality broadcasts. Tune in and experience racing like never before. Explore everything we have to offer at Tier1RacingLeague.com. From race schedules and standings to event galleries and league signups, it's all there at your fingertips. Join the competition, watch the action, be part of the legacy. Tier 1 Racing League, where champions are made.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Tier 1 Truck Series Season 1 opener from Daytona International Speedway. My name is Breakmaster Fun Action tonight with help from Michael Bollinger as our color commentator and Brett Wood working the controls as our producer. Missed the action the first 38 laps. Cameron Craighead just took home stage number 2 with Jared Hayes winning stage number 1. Michael, it's been an event-filled night for these drivers. Just past the halfway point, John Garrett able to get the lead after playing bridesmaid all night. Bridesmaid, I don't think that's the correct term, but you're running second this entire night.
There's nothing wrong with running second at all as long as you're able to be there and have someone help you make that move with that white flag in the air. Because it doesn't matter where you start at a super speedway. It only matters where you finish.
Yeah, 100%. You definitely want to be there at the end, and whether they're leading or in the lead pack, you have a chance to win no matter how big that lead pack is. I've seen 20 car wrecks on the last lap, be able to sit there and work your way up through the field. One driver, a couple drivers now coming down and top off on fuel. So getting ready to double up here. Greg Wood, driver that started second tonight, was falling back. Not really been in the picture since the start. Driver from Hagerstown, trying to place a strategy tip. Collins follows him down as well, and Wes Fuller. It's Wes. Mentioned Wes has a win in the Xfinity Series already this season, Wednesday night. So a couple teammates playing teammate games. Matt Erickson coming down as well. A lot of drivers topping off here, so this is going to make it very dominant on the inside. If you pit after the open to pit window already, you will have to restart on the inside. So only expect about 7-8 trucks maybe on the outside lane here. Caution gets extended. Field comes down for more fuel, leaving even less cars on the outside. So I believe the fuel window is going to be a little tighter than some would have hoped for. They wanted to get stage or lap 38 officially in the books, I believe. David Mayo working his admin box and working the auto stage caution, making sure that all is in effect there. John Garrett getting ready to lead the field back to green. First time tonight, John Garrett's been in the leading position. So we'll have help from Christopher Cash. We've seen Cash doing a great job at pushing trucks. Actually, I lied. I've been boozled. 22 Jordan Ruby will be the one pushing John Garrett. Christopher Cash pushing the truck on the outside of Austin Wheeler. So correct me if I'm wrong, but Cash Customs on the side of that Ford truck, Christopher Cash behind him. I'm gonna guess it's an alliance there of some kind, or that's a crazy coincidence. Either way, looking to work their way to the front. We got a handful of Chevrolets, a lot of bow ties up here in this top 10. I believe about 7 or 8 bow ties leading this field here. As pace car lights should be off here, going to 3 and 4, and get ready to go back green for the final stage.
Now with this final stage, I would ride around till about 15 or go from there. All bets are off. That's when it's go time.
I do want to be there at the end.
At Daytona.
You got to be there at the end. A lot of drivers have used their faster pairs already, but a lot still have them in the banks. So most drivers in the top half of the field should be fairly safe to push the situation. One driver, the 76, that's Magoon in the outside, 4th truck. The outside already had a car number issue through the pit cycle and not really able to get up to speed as quick as he would have liked to allow the inside and John Garrett to pull away. So John Garrett in 66 got help from Jordan Berube, able to pull away with help as well from Jeff Nairn in the 19. And there's Cameron Craighead rounding out this inside lead package. Outside, able to get a huge surge down the back straightaway. Ruby goes up to help get the push from Austin Wheeler side by side off of turn number 4. It's Berube and Garrett. Garrett help from the 19 of Nairn. Berube with help from the 4 of Wheeler. The wheel on the machine to the lead to front and center. Lap led goes to John T. Garrett. 19, all over the back bumper of Garrett. Garrett knows how to push, he knows how to take a push. We've seen him do it time and time again. Into last season's Tier 1 SRX season champion.
Indeed there, Brayton, but you also need to remember, you don't want to push in these corners, because that's what can also cause trouble too. You want to push in the straights, but not in the turns.
You don't want to push in the turns. You want to push in the turns.
You also can bump, but it's not recommended to bump in the turns.
John Garrett got some help there. I believe Garrett might be technically looking for his first Tier 1 Racing League win. Mentioned the championship in the SRX series. Didn't find a win. It was his most consistent low. Able to cap that season off. 9 top 10s and just 9 starts. Handful, and I want to say handful, I mean a lot of second place finishes. 6 to be exact. As they go right to the back, the 46 goes around Jared Hayes up the track, and just like that, the caution flag is out, and we are losing up faster pairs. Coming up here, see what happened. Look at the 46 Superflow Pink Machine, the Digital Thunder throwback, which is going to get hit here like thunder. That's an all-black car behind him, I believe. That was Daniel Worthington in the 13, technically. Goes down the track, collection 1 of West Wiegand. And then at this point, there's nothing can really do. The 46 starts coming back up the track into the field into Greg Wood. 32 trying to avoid chaos there. One driver puts himself in the wall. That's Collins trying to make evasive maneuvers, evasive action. Oh, the Greg Wood is going to be a hard hit. Then outside wall, left front fender missing, right front fender missing. And the 32 slides up. That's Derek Turner into Greg Wood. I don't think it's the same Greg Wood, but there is a Greg Wood that helps on the CRA late model series as Hayes getting up in the air. And while we're under caution, see if we can get a quick word with our current leader, John T. Garrett. John Garrett, my man, my hero, my icon. If you never meet your heroes, well, my hero is leading the field here tonight.
Pizza Man, what's up?
I am watching you put on a great show.
Yeah, I really don't have any help out here. Jeff got in behind me that time, gave me a push, but otherwise I've had to do it all myself. Every time I jump out, they throw it 3 wide and don't push me. So we'll see what happens. I'm used to no friends unless you're on the track.
Well, I won't spin you coming out of turn 4. I promise of that. Now, if I shot it, I might spin myself out. I see a lot of the drivers behind you are pitting for fuel. How are you looking in that fuel window right now?
Well, I mean, if I was back in the pack, I probably would have came in and got some, but it's too far to go. We still need like 9 gallons to finish, so that's almost a full tank here.
And 30 laps left in this race. You're leading the field. Watch the strategy from here.
Try to stay in the lead here. Can't tell you when I want to pit, but you'll see. Hopefully it's under green. That's always more fun.
100%. They got a lot of experience here at Daytona. And one last thing before we let you go. Your SDK driver profile has a picture that looks like it's from before when I was born.
There's a good chance of that. That picture was probably 1998.
It was definitely before I was born. I said that's
before my time as well.
I said that's not the John Garrett I know. The John Garrett I know has a little bit less hair and a little bit less color.
Oh, thank you. That was from the American Race Truck Series, early 2000s, late 90s.
Well, I'll let you get back to it, and hopefully we're talking to that end of this race.
Yeah, thanks for taking the hint that I was in the waiting room for y'all.
Well, we were said we were going to talk to you before during the next caution, then we just kind of forgot about you. So.
Well, I'm used to that. Hopefully I don't get decked here coming out of Ford coming to the checker.
Oh, man. It happens to the best of us.
No, only me.
She got my nose pretty good in that race, so.
Yeah, she'll do that.
Well, best of luck, John Garrett.
Thank you.
John T. Garrett in 66. The T, I mentioned, stands for fast. It's just the T at the end of the word. I actually have no idea what his middle name is, but I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
Neither has lights off on the pace car, and what that means, Brayton?
That means we're getting ready to go back racing.
And it also means we get to go double file.
Not very double file. Look at the field here. Only 4 or 5 drivers will be double file on the outside. Everyone came down pit lane and might still be just catching up to, I believe it's going to be the case. But John Garrett mentioned, they're looking pretty short on fuel. So they still got to go a handful of laps before they'll be good to make it. We'll see. The fuel issues or fuel strategy came into effect hugely at South Boston last week for the Tier 1 Legend Series. And looking to maybe play a factor again tonight. So, Tier 1 Legends League in their second week of racing. Getting ready to kick off race number 3 tomorrow night. 8:45 p.m. start here on the broadcast Tier 1 Studios. It's been a very eventful season so far. Kick off at National Fairgrounds tomorrow night. Langley, Hickory, North Wilkesboro, Stafford, 5 Flags, and then into all March 11th at Lucas Oil. Free series, you can go ahead and get signed up over at the tier1racingleague.com. So, Todd Byer mentioned taking home that win last week based off fuel strategy. And then Irwindale season opener talked about the pit lane, not the pit lane, but the restart violations, how they've come into effect. Ryan Bosley able to overcome those pit lane violations and win in week number 1 over Todd Byer. But neither drivers in the field tonight. It's John Garrett and Jordan Berube. Neither one looking to get a restart violation here. Only 5 cars on the outside lane. John Garrett leads the inside, Berube on the outside. Green flag is out for the 66 of Garrett. We have 30 laps to go from Daytona.
And this can be either a quick 30 laps, Brayton, or it can be a long 30 laps. Yeah, but what I like to do here is I'm normally just riding and take my positions as they come. I don't like being aggressive too early unless it's 15 laps is when I consider rush hour.
Say, John Garrett mentioned he wanted a green flag run. He wanted the pit under green to be pretty quote-unquote cool. I don't think he knew what that term was. So, how do you do, fellow kids? And John Garrett trying to lead at the field here and get a win tonight in the Tier 1 Trucks Series. I believe, I'm going to double check this. I believe it would be his first Tier 1 racing win. He is a champion in the Tier 1.
Starting to develop now, maybe as well.
Yeah, some drivers definitely they're on the gas pedal. It's go time. In the final stage of this race, don't know when they're going to get another caution, if there will even be another caution. Garrett leading the inside. Got help, the 19 of Naren. 96 as well. Back to that switch for light. Looking back, Kevin Coleman in the 00. Trying to work his way up through this field from his 19th starting spot. One of their bigger movers in this field right now as they run. Up 11 spots. See the field starting to get strung out a little bit here, Michael.
Indeed there. It is indeed. And I can say this too, Brayton. We'll get this study of the conversation now too. If that might be needed tonight too, and the money stop. Is it going to be under yellow flag condition? That's going to be the next question too.
Let me have a couple green light checkers in the bank if we need them. So we don't want to get in that green white checker territory. We know fuel is an issue already for some of these guys. It's an issue for this man right here, the 60th, John T. Garrett. Needs a couple more laps to come out.
And if you do gotta stop here, right under green, no mistakes. Just splash and go. But if you gotta stop under yellow, maybe set up the right sides as well in a splash and a splash, I feel. But you don't want any pit stop mistakes.
You don't want to speed, you don't want to miss your stall, you don't want to get in a wreck like we've seen tonight under caution while pitting. There's a lot of things that can go wrong on a pit stop.
And either I've had my fair share of this under green flag stops. Where I went 1 mile per hour over too fast and iRacing got me for this 1 mile over.
Looking back here, 26 Brandon Johnson looking back up front though. Battle for the lead is starting to get a little bit hot. John Garrett sees that Texas heat. We have a cold wave. We have a cash wave. Dealing at the 4 of Austin Wheeler. He's got help trying to make this outside war, trying to make the momentum stick. 22 Berube in that picture in the outside as well. John Garrett trying to lead the field here. Hasn't had to go up the outside of block yet. The 19, Jeff Naren's been a great pusher all night long. Kevin Coleman pushing the 19 as well.
Indeed there, Brighton. Now the big question is today, when do you make your move? When do you abandon your friends to try to make that move? That race winning move?
John Garrett said he doesn't have any friends. So I don't think he can abandon it. As of right now, he's just playing the defense game. We want to wait till that last lap, and we got to make sure 5 laps to go in this race. So, handful of gallons of fuel to be burned. That's going to be the storyline here. Green flag pit stops or not. Will they be good to go?
Well, guys like Scott Mullican and others who pitted under the most recent caution, they should be good, but people like John Garrett the 00, the 19 who stayed out, they could be in some trouble here.
And definitely going to be an interesting strategy. See what the call is here. See if it works out. One driver kind of getting pushed in the middle. That's a nice hit. Quick flight. And get back down in line. Look in the middle again. Looks back low. So,
now, if you were concerned about Phil and I was John Garrett, I was a little bit.
Here comes the double zero. Moves out from the inside. Looking for the help with the outside lane. He gets a push, gets a bump, able to maybe get the lead, not able to get clear, gets a really big push from the 4 of Wheeler, gets put in the wall, able to keep it going straight. He's going to pull him back. Lap traffic low in the picture right there in front of us. I believe as the caution comes out behind them. So it's going to be just what I think John Garrett wanted as far as the fuel strategy goes. Couple of drivers involved: Cody Mitchell, Austin Sharon, Madigan, and more. I'm looking at bright yellow race EPI truck, Austin Sharon. See what happens here. Pushes a 67, maybe Greg Wood. No, the one truck's already off the track. And all that's going to happen is outside. So that the 44, Cody Mitchell comes down. Collects the 18. There were 3 wide of the 80 as well. The 80 being Scott Formosa, already been in there 2 tonight.
I guess that's what these lead of the race leaders needed today. Who didn't hit now.
18, no.
Nothing like this. You have your chance now. This is the money stop, pretty much. More than likely, this is your money stop.
That's a great opportunity for guys to come down and top off on fuel and get the job done from here. See if we have any takers. Austin Sharon down pit lane.
I know the guys that they're going to want to go in. I know this. Let's see if I'm right or if I'm wrong.
Yep, here comes John Garrett, your leader, down pit lane for his money stop. Great opportunity to lose the race. Great opportunity to win the race off the pit lane. It's a lot easier to defend from the lead than trying to make a pass for it. We'll have the 3rd pit box. So pretty late box here. John Garrett turns in. See if he hits on the dot, and he does. No mistakes for John Garrett. See if anyone goes to the 2-tire call here. John Garrett pulls away. John Garrett will hang on to the lead. Beautiful stop there for John Garrett. 7-second pit stop. So Kevin Coleman 2nd, Jeff Nairn there in 3rd, Cameron Craighead and Jordan Berube right out your top 5. And we'll take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll finish this thing.
Your Twitch and Discord experience to the next level? Introducing Easy Daybot, your ultimate bot for seamless interaction. Whether you're live on Twitch or chatting on Discord, Easy Daybot's dynamic responses open up a whole new world of possibilities. Engage with your community like never before through unique prompts, custom reactions, and endless fun. It's the bot that understands you. Make every day an Easy Day download now at easydaybot.com.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need: Maconi.
We now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Welcome to the Tier 1 Racing League, where precision, competition, and innovation come together to create the ultimate iRacing experience. Every race, every battle, and every moment in T1TS, T1L, T1X, and special events is brought to you by Tier 1 Studios, the premier destination for professional high-quality broadcasts. Tune in and experience racing like never before. Explore everything we have to offer at Tier1RacingLeague.com. From race schedules and standings to event galleries and league signups, it's all there at your fingertips. Join the competition, watch the action, be part of the legacy. Tier 1 Racing League, where champions are made.
here from Daytona International Speedway. My name is Brayton Lasser, joining me in the booth, Michael Bollinger, with Brett Bullard working the controls, and our producer, John Garrett, the man in front, completes his last pit stop. He should be good to go from here. 21 laps to go. Michael, we have a race on our hands.
That we do. And this is kind of like I was getting at, where we can expect the unexpected, because there's been times I've called a race at Daytona and Talladega that went green flag, checkered flag. No cautions.
Handful of cautions. Go ahead.
But you also can't count anyone can still win this thing. Even if you just have a little bit of a nose dimple, you can still win this thing. As long as you can keep it in the lead pack, be able to keep the same speed, make you move when it's right, you still have a chance to steal it.
The handful of drivers use it.
Go ahead.
The handful of drivers have used their faster pairs already, but there's quite a bit, especially towards the front here. A lot of their heavy hitters, a lot of their contenders still have it in the bank. Coming to 20 to go, I think we're going to see the ante turn up. We're going to see 3 or 4 wide lot more than we have previously tonight.
Indeed, there's still the talk of the big one happening. There's still the question of when it's going to happen. We're going to see it. No, we know we're going to see it. It's just no matter if and when.
Okay.
And where.
Base lights come back on the pace car, so we should not be going green here. I don't know if the field knows that. They're still slow rolling. Back down, pick them at the exit the lane here. And a lot of the field coming down and topping off.
It looks like our race controllers didn't like what they were seeing on the before we set them to green, so they had to rev off the restart. Barney didn't like what he saw, so he had to hit the yellow button again.
Cotterman Box being one of the representing sponsors of the Tier 1 Racing League Series, able to help race control work effortlessly. Just plug in your admin box, USB and cable, and it's already pre-binded to everything. You don't have to bind anything, no setup involved. And you want to extend the lap, you want black flag, someone who want to, disqualify the entire field except for yourself, you can do that. It's not huge, not intended for that, but it makes race control work easy. So go get your admin box today. Pit box as well, I believe, for pit strategies and whatnot. I wish I had a pit box in my real ARCA car. That would be really nice, because hit a button and all of a sudden my crew knows what I want.
Well, that's why you guys got code word, isn't it? That way if another team's listening to your radio, you can use code words. I'm
normally in the back of the pack, so I don't think anyone's listening to my radio for what my pit strategy is.
But you guys still use code words, though, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
And as well as on top of admin box, it's also built for iRacers, by iRacers, for easy race control.
I think I'm about to send fish. Proud representative there of admin box, runs in Tier 1 Legends League. We'll be racing tomorrow night, 8:45 p.m. start from National Fairgrounds. See if I can get a real life pit box in my race car. I'm sure he won't have any questions about that, and neither will ARCA. So pace truck, get ready to pull off for what is the 6th or 7th, maybe 8th, who knows? I lost track. Time tonight.
I got your radio bright, and that way you can tell you guys what you want.
That's John Garrett looking to lead the field here under green. Green flag back out. I need 5 or 6 trucks on the outside. Double zero up. Outside. Doesn't have a whole lot of help. John Garrett leads the inside and leads the field.
And now it's go time now. Be prepared to see 3 wide, maybe out of 2, maybe coming to the line here.
So Joseph Madigan getting some discussions under the radio, talking about giving up some spots, trying to keep his truck in one piece. Honeycutt involved as well in those discussions. So see the big gap, I believe, is the biggest reason of those discussions there from this lead pack to the second pack. So some drivers trying to close up. I mean, you're talking over half second. Yeah, at this point you are risking losing the lead draft. You do not want to lose the draft with 19 laps to go.
No, you do not. Especially if we don't see another caution. But hey, if you're in the back, which happened to me the other day at Talladega in a Cup Series event I was at for another league I'm in, I was able to go from 26th to 12th in just 3 and 4 by just holding my foot wide open and driving through the carnage.
Yeah, so you want to be there at the end. You got to survive. John Garrett on the bottom. Coleman gets some help, gets a push from the 67, able to lead that outside charge. Sorry, 69, Christopher Cass. So Cass loses his teammate, his friend in the 4 of Austin Wheeler. Wheeler running in the 13th position, not quite able to get in a position where it's able to benefit both him and the 69. Right now, benefiting Kevin Coleman in the 00. John Garrett trying to lead the inside, lead this field. 17 laps to go from Daytona. He's got help. Slowly starting to kind of get formed up. There's still a lot of gap, a lot of dead space there between their leaders and the second pack. They should have time here. They should still be in the lead draft. They can work together, and going 3 wide in turn 3 is not working together. This is a great way to lose the draft and a great way to ruin the race. 51 of Ryan Honeycutt, their pole sitter in this pack, 78 as well. That's Jared Collin. Sorry, the 26 of Jared Collin.
Time if you're losing that lead, if you're on that, and you feel losing the lead pack, now's the time to single file tandem draft and start catching again.
Okay, that's a great way to get that third line formed up. As the second line starts to disform, you see a third lane kind of dissolves into the second lane there as they fall back. One driver goes outside, thinks better of it. That's a 32 of Derek Turner. Gets back in line behind the 48 of Craighead. This is John Garrett still leading with help from Jeff Nairn. And one driver getting a big push out back. Ryan Honeycutt able to keep it going straight. I don't know how he did that. But what a save. I believe it was Ryan Honeycutt there, driver from Hendersonville. So 44 of Cody Mitchell behind him. So one of those drivers was a great save. One driver, though, looking to get the lead, that's Coleman.
And EJ Brayton has, we're now just shy of 10 to go. Just a little bit shy of coming around 10 to go now. As now things are starting to get dicey now. You're starting to see him bobbing and weaving now. As a 69 gets bumped and sent into the third line now. And then
here we go. It's going to be the big one from Daytona. 5, 6, 7. I'm counting over a dozen race trucks involved. Able to keep it going in the front, and then some trucks sliding the wall. There's the 80 involved, the 28 involved, the 69 of Cash was running up front. Multiple drivers, multiple passengers being used. With 15 laps to go, we have had the big one.
That's what I was saying. It's not a matter of if, but when.
We got a lot to break down here. I believe we're going to be looking at Christopher Cass, a 6'9", the third truck on the outside. So looking there, I believe gets a bad bump from the 26. I'm sorry, from the 84. Pretty similar looking trucks there. Of Eddie Baker. 32 goes high. Here comes Hayes involved, the 35, nowhere to go. The 26, 80, the 82, the 4 all arrive on the scene. At that point, the 3, 4 wide, nothing you can do. Wrecking in front of you, wrecking below you, wrecking outside of you. They're wrecking at the cane, chicken fingers across the street even. That's how much we're wrecking here. So not a whole lot of damage for these guys, able to barely squeeze through. Maybe some fenders missing, maybe some nose damage, but that nose damage would be crucial if you find yourself leading this field.
Indeed there. Brett, we get time, if we get the chance, we maybe go on board with the 84 so we can kind of explain on how there's times that you got nowhere to go at super speedways, and they can kind of see what that is of a nowhere to go moment.
On board here with Eddie Baker on 84. Wrong place, wrong time.
And either that's pretty much what I like to call nowhere to go.
Let's see if this opens the door for drivers to come down. Maybe they get enough fuel last time by. John Garrett, Jeff Nairn still out front. Been ironically the J names. It's been the dominant cars tonight. Michael, 13 laps left to go. John Garrett's been the man to beat the second half of the race. What do you think a driver should do here to get around him?
There's a lot to do. You gotta have the right place at the right time. And this is pretty much the big one. Look at the carnage. Every NASCAR owner's worst nightmare. The big one.
A lot of damage involved in that one. Still some opportunities for more big ones. 25 drivers left on the lead lap. Go time for a lot of these guys. Going to be going green with 10 laps to go.
Go time indeed. As now I'm saying all bets are off. As Scott Mulliken making his way back inside the top 10.
A lot of drivers here shining a light. Christian Light, one of them, the 96, been up front, kind of fell back there a little bit, able to find his footing inside the top 10 here with 12 laps to go. Quick rundown under top 10. John Garrett is your leader, been leading the last handful of laps. Jeff Nairn in the 19. Actually, it's Kevin Coleman on the outside. I'm sorry. But Jeff Nairn is pushing him. So they're just crossed the line a little bit. Weird. So 00 is going to be Kevin Coleman leading her outside. 72 behind him of Caleb Collins. The 48 as well. They're in the top 5. Cameron Craighead. And his outside. You're going to be looking at the 6 for the first time this far up all night is Zachary Woods. And 96 of Chris Knight just talked about him. They're in that 7th spot. Ryan Honeycutt able to overcome a heck of a save and a lot of damage and a lot of wrong place, wrong time. Their Porsche their night, finding his way back into the top 10. And Scott Milken, their number 3 truck. So they crossed the line in a really weird order there. I don't know how we got there, but we got it.
But this is where it's go time now. Once this green flag's taken, you might be seeing 3 wide here coming into 3 and 4 here, but this time, instead of it being at 70 miles an hour, it's going to be at 180 miles an hour. We'll be at full. We'll be coming into 3 and 4, possibly 3 wide even.
Can we get a camera on the number 1 truck real quick? I think we're having some issues with the 1 truck.
I can see that too, where it kind of looks like he might be blinking, and that could play a huge factor here at Talladega and Daytona as well.
Yeah, we're not really sure what the case is there, but his truck should be getting ready to pull off here. Green flag is out. 11 laps to go from Daytona. John Garrett leads the field. The 1 truck takes off out back on the outside. That's Wes Regan falling back and continues to fall. The 46 pulls out in front of their leader. Jared Hayes stays below the apron. No LePage here in the Tier 1 Truck Series. But it's all John Garrett leading the field and leading the way.
Indeed there, but there's also the factor of the wreck coming out of 4 into the line as well, where we might see more carnage too, Brayton.
Kevin Coleman, 00. He's got help from Collins in the 72. Caleb Collins started there in the 6th spot, been quietly running inside the top 10 all night. Collins leaves the 00 of Coleman, goes low, hops the line behind Craighead in the 48. So Coleman looking for a hole, able to get it 5th in line, gets help from the 3 of Milliken. And that's going to leave John Garrett leading this inside line and leading the field. 10 laps to go from Daytona, 25 miles at 189 miles an hour.
Like 25 miles at that speed, so I'll be able to get places fast.
For sure, 1 driver trying to get to 1 place fast. John Garrett trying to get to victory lane fast. Definitely sitting in the catbird seat. Does not know if he's the cat, doesn't know if he's the bird. This is a side effect of racing at Daytona here. Honeycutt hops outside, trying to lead the outside charge. He's got help coming, but will they just leave him out to dry? It's led by the 96 Christian Light. Hops in line behind Honeycutt, the 3 outside. Sides better of it. Double thinks himself. Double guesses himself. Hops in front of Honeycutt. And here comes 72 to lead that outside as well. So when you lead us outside, you have drivers hop out front. They want to be a part of the party. They want to be in the Cool Kids Club. And the 3 just did that as well as the 72.
And Brayton, right now, this is pretty much a cat and mouse game right now.
Nothing we can do for John Garrett but hang on. Play the lines, play the defense. 9 laps to go. So 48 goes outside. He'll be leading the outside charge here. That's Cameron Craighead. Hops down in the front. They're going to get turned behind in the 3 truck around. That's Scott Milk, and caution is out. 4, 5, 6 truck. Here comes the 22. Head of steam into the wall. So that's Jordan Berube, been a contender all night long, and wreck inside 10 laps to go. Inside the top 10, pushes under caution. And wrong place, wrong time also for John Garrett, who loses the lead. So it's 3 wide, entering turn 3. 96 is Christian Light, 00 is Coleman, 51 is Ryan Honeycutt. The 96 goes down low, looking 3 wide middle, comes up and collects a 3 truck. I don't think Milken knew they were 3 wide. I don't think 96 Light knew they were 3 wide. I don't think the 19 of Jeff Nairn knew they were 3 wide. So all 3 drivers squeezing each other a little bit there. Collects a 3, the W truck of Milken. 6-9, hard on the wall, contender all night long. Another truck involved as well. And here comes the 22, gets contact with the 24 DuPont machine, and Deruby hits the wall. Derudely. It's a Derude sandstorm going on here for the 22 truck. I will be exiting stage left for that one. Milken missing some fenders. You don't necessarily need them. It's highly recommended. Staying out. Ooh, no. It finally comes down pit lane, along with a handful of other drivers. So, fast repairs definitely not very bountiful right now. Not a whole lot to go around. See who has it and see who doesn't. We're going to be starting to enter green-white checker territory after this restart. 2 green-white checkers in the bank. This will not take up one of them. But we have 2 if we need it.
Might as well go to inside the top. If we do have to go to him, Brayton, it's gonna be we take the green flag. If we can't get back to the line, Nakasha comes out. We get to restack. We get to re-rack and restack them and send them back down to the green.
Yep, Scott Milk, and we get that fast repair. A couple other drivers as well. So Cameron Craighead in the 48 for the 15th starting position has worked his way up front. Led a couple laps already, but leading when it matters most, coming to what is hopefully the final restart of the night. He has one of the best pushers and the best leaders to his outside, John Garrett in 66. It'll be Caleb Collins in 72 behind him, and Jeff Nairn behind Garrett. Ryan Honeycutt there in 5th. Kevin Coleman in the 00 in 6th. Cody Mitchell, the 44. Haven't talked about him a whole lot tonight. 17 spots in that 44 truck. Currently running 7th. Zachary Woods in the 6th. Up 9 spots to run 8th. Eddie Baker started 9th, running 9th. And then Jared Collin in the 26, up 12 spots from his 22nd starting position to round out your current top 10. And one thing about Daytona, you can see here, look at this top 10. This can be the same top 10 entering turn 3 in the final lap. And we can have a completely different top 10.
Who knows? We could see Scott Mulligan come from all the way in the back and steal this thing. Anything's possible.
Yeah, anything is possible. We've seen it happen before. We've seen it on iRacing, seen it in real life.
Like Ricky Stenhouse, like you can say it's possible. Drivers that shouldn't have won. That says something. Anybody has a chance. It's flight racing.
Yep, so David Mayo, working controls as our race producer, race controller tonight. Brett Bold working the controls as our race producer. Michael Bollinger, color commentator, and myself, Brent Master, your lead commentator. just want to say it's been a pleasure for everyone at home watching either during or after the race. And, of course, you can tune in Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday night, 8:45 p.m. Eastern, for your Tier 1 Racing League of choice. Tonight, the Tier 1 Truck Series kicks off at Daytona. That's what you've been watching for the last hour and a half. I hope you know you've been watching that. If not, I don't know what you've been doing. Tomorrow night, you can watch the Legend Series, Tier 1 Legend Series, go to Nashville Fairgrounds. And then Wednesday night, 8:45 p.m., the Xfinity Series kicks off. I believe their playoffs. No, not the playoffs. A couple weeks until they get to their playoffs. But Martinsville. Going to the Martinsville under the lights. 3 races before the playoffs in that series, with Milwaukee and Michigan coming up before they start the round of 12.
Paperclip can kind of be another one of those wild card races too, as short track, low. Pretty much as soon as you're back in the gas, you're pretty much back on the brakes again.
You wanna go. It's go time. It's go time for a lot of these drivers. One driver's outside the top 10, Wes Fuller, a winner at Daytona in the Xfinity Series on Wednesday night. It's won the season opener back in October. He knows how to get done. He's in the 16th spot right now. See if he's able to make a miracle happen. Cameron Craighead, though, leads the field on the bottom. John Garrett on the outside. Garrett's got help from Nairn. Craighead got help from Collins. We'll see who's able to push the best, who's able to work together the best, who's able to lead this field on the final lap. And the green flag is out.
Indeed there. With 4 to go here, I'm finding who I can work with the best to get up front, and then from there I'm abandoning all friends. It's every man for themselves about now.
The 48, Cameron Craighead able to pull away a little bit. The 72, that's Collins pushing the 48. 48 goes up the block. John Garrett looking free wide outside. He's going to get left to drive for a split second. Finally gets help. The 48 gets help. And here comes Caleb Collins on the bottom. He's got a mirror of Kevin Coleman pushing him, trying to make some magic happen. I'm sorry, not Coleman, the 19 of Nairn. As John Garrett starts to fall back, has no help. Side by side off of turn 4, coming to 4 laps to go. The one truck goes outside. John Garrett able to maybe get some draft off it. Trying to get a hole in the outside lane. Finally gets it. Not what John Garrett wanted after restarting from the 2nd to 6 laps to go. Currently running all the way back in the 13th position. The 72 Collins leads the field from the inside. Cameron Craighead, the 48 on the outside. Both drivers have great help. Both drivers trying to win this race. 3.5 laps to go from Daytona.
Indeed there, and it's looking like we're starting to see a couple of these drivers starting to group up and try to go take this thing 3 wide again.
Collins trying to make the move here, trying to block both lanes. Not quite able to do it. The 48 gets to his right rear. The 51 of Honeycutt, your pulsator, has been in a couple incidents tonight, been sent to the back tonight. Had technical issues to start this race. He runs second outside behind Craighead. 2 laps to go, 5 miles from Daytona. See who makes some magic happen. I'm sorry, 2.5 laps to go.
In the back, in the middle, to the back of the pack here, Brighton, as you see some of these drivers starting to look 3 wide, but then change their mind last minute.
And the 19, Jeff Nairn pushing the 72 of Collins. The 51 of Honeycutt pushing the 48 of Craighead. Side by side. We have a contact there for the second trucks in their lines between Honeycutt and the 19. Here comes the third lane trying to get formed up. It's led by Greg Wood. Greg Wood gets put in the wall. Coming to 2 laps to go this time around. It's all Caleb Collins able to get half the truck on Cameron Craighead. And here comes the third lane starting to form. They're going to wreck behind him. Coleman goes low. The 48 involved. Both trucks keep going straight. It's Cody Mitchell. They both come up the track. No caution yet. One driver gets stuck in the wall, and that's going to separate this lead pack by about 5 or 6 trucks. Down the back straightaway. Quick replay, see what happened here.
And they're wrecking again. We will go to green white checkers.
So we're going to have more than just one replay to look at. See what happened here. I noticed John Garrett's pack is missing. So John Garrett, and that pack has disappeared. So that 3-4 wide for the second So looking at the one of West Wiegand here. A silver truck. Gets a run. Looks like he's going to take it maybe 3, maybe 4 wide. So pushes Honeycutt. Gets Honeycutt loose. Gets Honeycutt squarely 4 wide. One truck goes below the apron. Honeycutt trying to recover. Comes down, collects Wiegand. At that point, it's just survival of the fittest. And the one comes straight up the track. John Garrett leading that second pack, able to drive through it beautifully. And the rest of his pack all checking up. And more. So this will go ahead and withdraw that first green white checkered of the night. Look at Caleb Collins early to the 72 machine. And playing the pusher all night, playing the bridesmaid. Put himself in the catbird seat. The door opened. He put his foot in it and able to steal the lead. And he'll be leading the field under the first green and white checker. The driver from Canyon, Texas, qualified in the 6th spot. Looking to finish in the first. The AW Workshop machine. Leading a field of bow ties.
Indeed, it's most of the top 5 is all bow ties, except for Craighead and Light.
Of note, Jordan Berube has taken to the garage for the night. He will be joining a long list of DNFs, including Joshua Hawford, Dakota Shepard, Austin Sharon, Derek Turner, Christopher Cash. Drivers are a lap down. That includes Scott Formosa, Ryan Honeycutt, and Jared Hayes. So one of the drivers will be getting a lap back, presumably under this caution. They haven't already. So that will leave us with 22 drivers on the lead lap here. 22 drivers realistically with a shot winning it.
Scott Mulkin, he's back up inside the top 10 now as well. After his incident he was involved in, went to the back, and now he's back up front. Look for him to try to steal this thing.
Been a fun, eventful night all night long. See if you can get a award with the driver leading this field. Maybe. Yeah, we'll see if we can find him. So Caleb Collins, you're the leader here for the first green white checkered. What's the game plan?
Go fast. Finish first. Think it'll work?
Finish first. I think it definitely will. I've been in that position a couple times before, and it's about 50-50 results for me, so I hope you're on the positive side of the 50-50 results. They're going to have, presumably, I'm assuming, Jeff Nairn pushing behind you. Do you think he's going to make a move? If so, what's the game plan there? He's going to try and hang on best he can.
I'm sure he probably will. It's all situational. We'll just kind of do the best we can. Bottom side has been dominant here for sure, so going to choose that. Try to set myself up right. All you can really hope for is to be in those first couple rows when you get to the finish line, and hope to finish, and that it doesn't go to all chaos here at the end. So
I'll go fast.
Just gonna, do the best I can do here. That's about all anybody can, I guess.
Well, best of luck to you, Caleb.
Thanks, sir.
Caleb Collins. I'd say about to go green here, rolling off of turn number 2. So bit of a bump from Cameron Craighead to Caleb Collins. So we'll see. We'll get a word with him after the race if he's able to finish in this top 3 here. Regardless, it's been a fantastic top 3. Craighead going behind Collins. Definitely an interesting strategy call there. Leaving the 84, Eddie Baker, to the outside. I think it's one of the first times we've talked about Eddie Baker tonight.
Can't say this too. We have varying iRatings with the high as of 4K with the lowest of just under 1,002 here today too, Brayton.
say technically a 4,000 iRating cap for the Tier 1 Truck Series. So Justin Madigan, I think we should disqualify him. Kidding, don't laugh. Don't disqualify him. Maybe do that. I thought it was pretty funny. But Eddie Baker leading the outside in the 84. Caleb Collins leading the inside in the 72. Both drivers have some help. Both drivers looking to win a season opener from the Tier 1 Truck Series and put their name in the history books. See who gets it done here. One green-white checkered coming up. Green flag is out. Eddie Baker not able to get the restart he wants. Caleb Collins, great restart for him. Great help, great push from Cameron Craighead in the 48. And they got more help as Eddie Baker goes low. Third truck in line in this outside lane has dissolved like sugar in water. John, go ahead.
I was saying we really can't be saying that just yet, as once we get to the line here, it's gonna be chaos. We'll probably be seeing 3-4 wide.
Okay, single file up front for now. The 6 truck leading the outside charge. That's Zach Woods. He's got help, and here it comes. Greg Wood pushing them around the 96 of Light. Not quite able to get momentum. Stagger 2 or 3 wide off of turn 4. They get to the white flag. The race is official. They're going to get their white flag is out the final lap around Daytona International Speedway for the Truck Series opener. 48 Cameron Craighead to the outside with a push from Baker, able to bake himself into the lead. Hops down low in front of the 72 of Caleb Collins. Craighead has been the man to beat all night. He's been running in second, third, a little bit in first, but leading now in the final lap down the back straightaway. The 19 enters the picture. That's Jeff Nairn. And she's able to get the job done. Entering turn 3 for the final time. Craighead, he's got a mirror full of Caleb Collins. Collins with no help. The outside is slowly getting there. I don't think they're going to have enough time. It's going to be a drag race between Craighead and Collins. Collins looking high. Craighead goes high to block. Now looking low, goes back low. Let's go open the door for the 19. Through the 12 for the final time. The 48 gets turned. Caleb Collins gets turned. Let's go and leave the 19. Jeff Nairn narrowly avoids disaster and gets the win as the entire field wrecks behind him.
And Bray, I think we can pretty much say that this is the big one.
Say that you had a 25 truck wreck in the trial over there. Every single truck behind Jeff Nairn. It was going to be Cameron Craighead or Collins, and neither one comes up with the victory. Replay of the final lap here. So, replay of the event. The 48 Craighead goes high to block. The 72 of Collins, they go 3 wide. Good bumper tag. And side draft goes wrong. They all get turned. And just like that, one truck, Collins, barrel was in the catch from Austin Dillon style. Wes Fuller as well, in the 35 heavy damage for him. In their top 5, somehow Jeff Nairn, Zachary Woods, Greg Wood, Austin Wheeler, and Wes Fuller. So side draft gone wrong leads to this. So we'll take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll go through the full rundown and talk to our winner.
Your Twitch and Discord experience to the next level? Introducing Easy Daybot, your ultimate bot for seamless interaction. Whether you're live on Twitch or chatting on Discord, Easy Daybot's dynamic responses open up a whole new world of possibilities. Engage with your community like never before through unique prompts, custom reactions, and endless fun. It's the bot that understands you. Make every day an Easy Day download now at easydaybot.com.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Maconi.
We now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Welcome to the Tier 1 Racing League, where precision, competition, and innovation come together to create the ultimate iRacing experience. Every race, every battle, and every moment in T1TS, T1L, T1X, and special events is brought to you by Tier 1 Studios, the premier destination for professional high-quality broadcasts. Tune in and experience racing like never before. Explore everything we have to offer at Tier1RacingLeague.com. From race schedules and standings to event galleries and league signups, it's all there at your fingertips. Join the competition, watch the action, be part of the legacy. Tier 1 Racing League, where champions are made.
Hello everyone and welcome back to tonight's Tier 1 Truck Series opener from Daytona International Speedway. My name is Brent Laster, calling action tonight with Michael Bollinger as my color commentator and Brett Bold working the controls as our producer. We saw what was a catastrophic finish that had Jeff Nairn winning over 1/10 of a second over Zach Woods and Greg Wood Jr. there. Austin Wheeler in fourth, Wes Folder in fifth, Jared Magoon in sixth, Ted Collins in seventh, Kevin Coleman in eighth, Eddie Baker in ninth, and John Garrett able to overcome a late race shuffle to the back to finish 10th. Michael.
Go ahead.
Yep.
Oh, my bad. I was zoned out for a second. Rounding out your top 20 is going to be the number 11 of Brandon Johnson, the 12 of the Christian Light, and rounding up 12. Jared Colleen, Joseph Magadan, Daniel Worthington, Cody Mitchell, Matt Erickson, Cameron Craighead, Scott Mullican, and Alan Marshall rounding out your top 20.
Jared Hayes there in 21st, and West Weekend overcoming a last lap wreck, 7 seconds behind the field. Finishes on the lead lap in 22nd. Ryan Honeycutt 1 lap down in 23rd. Scott Formosa in 24th. Jared Berube in 25th. Christopher Cash doesn't cash in. Go finish 26th. Derek Turner in 27th. Austin Sharon in 28th. 28 laps down, and rounding out your field, it's going to be Dakota Shepard 28 laps down as well. Two drivers both 28 laps down. And Joshua Hofford there in 30th. So, we saw an eventful night all night long. Talked about being a race of attrition, a race of survival. We're going to talk to the man that was able to overcome all that. Jeff Nairn narrowly makes it to victory lane tonight. Avoids disaster that's outside, and it's a field of wrecks behind him to get the Tier 1 Truck Series Daytona International Speedway win. Jeff, how are you feeling?
Well, we were just talking about it in the waiting room. You want to talk about one just falling into your lap. I was in the perfect place at the right time.
I say, you started off the Legend Series on Tuesday nights, a little rough. A 4th place finish at Irwindale, then a 12th place finish last week at South Boston, but to kick off the Truck Series with a win. Kind of tell us about the emotions and everything going through that.
Yeah, I mean, to be the first race with you guys in the Tier 1 Racing League, I'm excited about that. So far, what I've seen, it's a very well-established group of guys running this group. Running the league. I'm impressed by it. I'm looking forward to more races with everyone. I do appreciate all that they do for this. It is first class. I just really appreciate, like I said, everything they do, and I enjoy running with the group.
They hope to see you the entire season. Speaking of, you are now locked into the playoffs, considering you make 7 of the next 8 races, or 6 of the next 8 races, and kind of talk about the relief that is to you as a driver knowing you're locked into the playoffs.
Oh yeah, that is definitely a bonus to get that early on. Now, you can just go run and see what you can do without as much fear. It's not I'm gonna go out there and run with any disregard to anyone else, but that challenge is over with, and now you can concentrate a little bit more on taking a few more chances. A
lot of great points here. Anybody want to thank and brought to the victory here tonight?
I mean, I just, like I said, the whole Tier 1 Racing League, the group, you guys, looks first class. So far, what I've run with you guys, I've enjoyed it. I look forward to many more. I just appreciate all you do for it.
I wish you the best of luck, and hopefully we're talking to you throughout the season. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
That's Jeff Nair, and tonight's winner. Of note, talk about how many laps he won the lead. Well, he only led 1 lap, but it was the most important. One driver low, who led 0 laps, going to be a second place driver, Zachary Woods. He is standing by with Michael.
Woods, Michael and the boys in the booth, get a copy.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, Daytona, anything can happen. Last lap, the move had to be made. Kind of walking through your thoughts on watching that as that carnage played out and what was going through your mind.
Yeah, I was hanging out on that low lane there for a little while, and found out early in the race that I could really push people like very, very well, and got pretty comfortable with that in stage 2, and just kind of like worked my way back up through the field. And the plan was to, if he needed help, to help my teammate Caleb out there and try to get him to the win. And I think it was coming off turn 4. He got stuck in that middle lane, and I was coming with a pretty big run, and I knew I wasn't going to lift. I was going to push him, and sure enough, gave him a real big push, and I guess that upset most of the people in front of us. And then that created quite a spectacular finish there, but slid across the line second. So I'll take it. I mean, it's pretty much what you get here for restrictor plate kind of races with iRacing, and nobody's got to go home and fix these trucks. So everybody's kind of all in it for themselves there on the last corner.
Indeed, there. I was kind of talking to this at the beginning of the race. When that white flag drops, it's pretty much every man or woman for themselves, pretty much. What were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I don't. I try not to race that way, especially at these kinds of racetracks. I mean, if there's a teammate that needs help and I'm not in the position to win, my priority becomes my teammate. And that's pretty much what happened there. I was sitting, I think, 4th on the inside lane going into 3, and I knew that I wasn't going to be able to win the race unless something spectacular happened. So pretty much made up my mind, like going down the backstretch, that wherever Caleb needed me, I was going to go and help him. And that's how we do it at Titletown Racing and Spin Move Racing. And I just kind of figured that if he needed my help, I'd go. And he kind of got left out to dry coming out of 4, and I took my chance, and my priority becomes my teammate. So it might be a rule that a lot of people pick, but if I'm not in a position to win, I'm certainly going to try to help my teammate win. And it all worked out well for me. I think Caleb finished 7th after that crazy wreck. So in principle, it was going to work.
Indeed, they're gonna give us your shout outs, man.
Yeah. First things first, I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for blessing our household with the technology to do this. Earlier this past year, I didn't have my computer broke, and I felt like I was missing out on something big on Friday nights in another league. And then knowing that this league was on the horizon, I really wanted to be able to have the resources to do this. And just was blessed enough to figure out how I can get this to work here at home. And I'm a pastor, so everything I do on this platform is for His glory, and just super thankful for the opportunity to go and do this. Thank you to my wife Kayla for puts up with me doing this a couple nights a week, and ultimately I'm just really, really thankful for the guys over at Titletown Racing and Tier 1 and you guys up here in the booth. Just love the support that this league's already getting. Oh, and my other sponsor, Christian iRacers, go find them on Facebook. Go support them. They're a really good group. So other than that, I'm just really thankful for a strong kickstart to this season. I'll take second.
Awesome. Well, thank you for taking time to speak with us. I'm sure we'll be talking to quite a bit throughout this season.
I look forward to it. I plan on it. Thank you.
So, thank you. That was Zach Woods. Yeah, we'll bring home a great second place run tonight. The man, though, who kind of, I don't want to say came out of nowhere, but Greg Wood to lead a couple laps, 2 laps. He started there in second, but he got stuff all the way back to the back. What more did he need there at the end?
Not to be at Daytona, not be at Super Speedway.
Well, you got quite a bit of wins in the previously, Tier 1 SRX series, now the Xfinity series, and you do a lot with the race control side over in the Tier 1 Legends. He's very involved in the Tier 1 racing league as a whole, and being so close to a win. Just talk through the emotions there.
Oh, it's frustrating. I mean, Wednesday's probably the most frustrating for me because I'm so close to beating Jaden, but his car's always on rails. But yeah, it takes definitely a village with me and Brett and Wes and everybody trying to get this league day in and day out, get everything organized. I mean, Brett does more than everybody, but yeah, it's definitely, it takes a little bit. And tonight, I know David is new at RCing, so I was trying to RC from the truck too, as well as drive, and it wasn't horrible, but me personally, I just hate super speedway, so I'm ready to go next week.
You say you hate super speedways. Well, you're the rap shirts, and you got to be precise. And you think super speedways are kind of the thing, but look at the rest of the schedule. There's a lot of fun races, a lot of fun tracks. Mentioned, IRP there being the do or don't moment at the end of the regular season or any other track, so you might be looking forward to.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to Richmond, Vegas, Bristol, Chicago. Not really Martinsville. Auto Club, I won the recruitment race there. Talladega can kick rocks. IRP, IRP, I'm not really a fan of. Kansas, love it. Phoenix, I mean, Phoenix is probably my best track. I even like Wilkesboro and Homestead. Yeah, Talladega can kick rocks, and I can take or leave Martinsville. The rest of the schedule, I'm good.
So any track that's not a super speedway and that doesn't sell hot dogs. Well, thank you for taking time to speak with us. Anyone you want to thank?
I think our series sponsors, Easy Day Bot and Maconi Setup Shops. The truck felt pretty good tonight. A little wishy-washy in traffic, but that's expected. Thank my lovely fiance that watches me, supports me, wears my t-shirt and everything. And thank you guys for putting on the broadcast.
Thank you for taking time to speak with us. And knowing your history in this league, knowing how fast you are, I'm sure we're going to be talking to you quite a bit this season.
I hope so.
Thank you.
Thanks.
It's Greg Wood rounding out your podium tonight. Well, it has been an honor to call the action from tonight's action at Daytona International Speedway. Michael, we saw it end in disaster. We knew it was going to happen, but next week we go to Richmond. What do you think we can expect to see there?
Short track racing. Pretty much all it's going to be. It could either go one of two ways. You can either go green flag the whole time, but when those brake rotors start to glow, that could start trouble too, because if those brakes get too hot, that can be some trouble too.
Definitely going to be a one to watch. Catch the action starting next Monday night, 8:45 p.m. Eastern, here on Tier 1 Studio. You can't wait till then. Tuesday night, the Tier 1 Legend Series goes to National Fairgrounds. That's tomorrow night, 8:45 p.m. Eastern, or Wednesday night, the Tier 1 Xfinity Series. A couple races left to go in the regular season. They're going to Martinsville. Don't expect Greg Wood to enjoy that one. I think he doesn't like hot dogs. Well, it's been a pleasure calling the action. All right, my name has been Brayton Lasser. Joining me in the booth is Michael Bollinger and Brett Bullard. Thank you to all our fans at home watching. Thank you to all of our series sponsors as well. This has been a wrap from Daytona International Speedway, and we will see you next time.